Another important series for India in white ball cricket under a new captain now. Let's talk all about the India versus West Indies ODI series here at Timeout with SportsAdda. Disappointing results in South Africa, Arun, for the Indian team in white ball cricket. Chance to get back to winning ways. West Indies coming over to play ODI series. Rohit Sharma is back as a captain, so fresh start hopefully for the Indian team.
And it's a grand occasion, Akhil. You spoke about all that's happened in the past. It's a new chapter. The grand occasion is it's India's 1000th ODI. We'll be the first team to play 1000 ODI. So it's a grand occasion, and I'm sure the result will be fitting as well. It'll give Indian fans the opportunity to celebrate for more than one reason.
Absolutely. You're saying Indian fans are going to be celebrating the 1000 ODI for India. Good reason. We are also here at Timeout with SportsAdda. We are giving people who listen into us a chance also to celebrate in some way. Again, there's a nice contest, Arun, that we are running here for the India West Indies series. I'm going to ask a simple question which fans can answer. We are giving away smartphones for people who answer correctly, like we have in the past. So it's a very simple contest question which I'm going to ask. All people have to do is go onto the YouTube channel, go onto the like section, like this video, and just give in your answers in the comment section. If you get a chance, again, you get a chance to win a smartphone, like I mentioned. And today's contest question, Arun, you please give a hint, don't give the answer. Today's contest question is, which Indian bowler has picked up the most wickets in ODIs versus the West Indies? So simple question, Arun, hint from your side.
Okay, this individual's name has got two parts to it. That's the first hint. The second hint is this individual once upon a time became the first Indian to lift a prestigious and a gigantic trophy on the Lord's balcony.
Okay, that's a really big hint, there that Arun has given. Okay, so we are making it easy. Just go on to our YouTube section and participate in the contest. Okay, so India versus West Indies. Arun, West Indies coming here off a ODI series lost to Ireland. They are not very happy about it. Kyron Pollard mentioned in his interviews that it's been a shattering loss for them, but they'll want to come back. The grounds here in India favor them. A lot of West Indies players have regularly played the Indian T20 league. They know these grounds inside out also now. So they'll be favoring their chances here, isn't it?
They think they will have their chances, but I'm not so sure, Akhil. And the reason I say that is, if we look at the squad that the West Indies have brought to India, I'm baffled. Where are the batsmen? Who is going to score the runs? Look at these names. I mean, look at the batsmen. Look for the batsmen in that lineup, Akhil. You got Bonner, you got Darren Bravo, who's failed time and again repeatedly. You got Shea Hope, who's one good name there. You got Shamar Brooks, Brandon King. You got Nicholas Puran, who's I don't know what is. I can't read into his form. Who else?
Yeah.
Where are the batsmen? Who's
Pollard.
going to score the runs? I mean,
Captain
Pollard, yes,
Pollard,
but
yeah.
Can Pollard bat 35 overs? I mean, can you expect Pollard to bat 30 overs in 2 games or 3 games? I don't know where the runs are going to come from. This squad is short on experience in the batting lineup, and I don't know if they've got sufficient batsmen who can get them runs, Akhil. You know, India, and they're playing in Ahmedabad. Remember, they're playing in Ahmedabad where the pitches are like highways in that state of Gujarat, right? You can expect 300s, 320s, 350s. Who's going to get these runs?
Good point there. Good point. Even though they got some fast runs in the T20 format versus England, but you're right. Do they have batters who are good enough to play the 50 overs and win their games? I know Shai Hope and Bravo had a good series when they had come to India to play the ODI series last time, and they'll be favoring their chances if they get to bat second, Arun, in my opinion. I think even though they've not played 50 overs as well as they wanted to, I still think they'll like these Indian pitches and want to go after the bowling the typical way that they play. So I'm hoping that they can stand up and be counted.
You
Different
spoke
problems though.
about you spoke about Darren Bravo, Akhil.
Yeah.
Let me read out Darren Bravo's ODI career: 119 matches, 3,071 runs, averaging 30.71. Right. Let me read out his last few innings. I mean, they just keep going back to him for some reason or the other. I mean, he got 100 against Sri Lanka in March 2021, right?
Yeah.
But on either side of that innings, his scores are 7 not out, 9 not out, 1, 17, 6, 3 not out, 0, 19, 39, 16, 8, 37 not out, 10, the 100, 2, 0, and 18. I mean, he's incredibly talented. He bats like a dream if he gets going, but he gets going once in like 30 games. I mean, for me, that's not good enough for an international cricketer. The other thing I want to share with you, Akhil, is you know, I think West Indies are short on temperament, and when I say temperament, temperament
Yeah.
in the context of 50 over games.
50
I'll
over
give you
cricket.
another number. Now, I recall chatting about this with you a couple of days ago. If I look back at West Indies' last 14 ODIs, Akhil, I think it's the last 14. Yeah, it's the last 14. They've been bowled out 9 times. That's 9 out of 14, Akhil. I mean, yes, the pitches in Bangladesh in one of those series were dicey, where they were bowled out
Yeah.
for 122, 148, 177. But even otherwise, bowled out for 123 in a game, bowled out for 152 against Australia, 269, 229, 213. 9 out of 14 times, not good enough. I think they lack on the temperament front as well.
Lots of questions for West Indies to answer. They need to win these ODI games, isn't it, to qualify to get start that qualification process for the 2023 World Cup. So there are points on stake here. It's not just a bilateral series where they can just turn up and just participate. They need to try and win these so that they can get participation going for that 2023 World Cup. Okay, so that's from the West
I
Indies
just want to
West
make
Indies
a
lineup.
I just want to make a comment on the bowling lineup. I'm really excited by West Indies' bowling lineup again. If we can look back at those names, some really good names, and I'm quite looking forward to that last name again, Hayden Walsh Jr.
Yeah.
I'm really he had that one good series against Australia, even if it was a T20. But I'm really looking forward to it. There are other good bowlers. Kima Roach is making a comeback. I'm looking forward to watching him both. Alzari Joseph, another player I'm looking forward to both. And then they've got Romario Shepherd. You've
Chase
got Odin
holder.
Smith who can clock 140, 145 regularly. So I'm looking forward to their bowling, not so much their batting.
Hayden Walsh Jr. is going to be really nice to watch. I want to see how he bowls against Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, who again had their measure against leg spin. So that will be an
That's the
interesting
contest I'm
battle to
looking
watch.
forward to. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. So the different problems though for the Indian team, they are back to playing a format where they've had a muddled couple of years. Who's going to be opening? Who's going to be batting at number 4, 5, 6? Again, that's a question that we'll have to see what kind of answers Rohit Sharma has this time. KL Rahul is not playing the first game, Arun, and obviously COVID has also hit the Indian team. So a couple of big names, Shikhar Dhawan, Shreyas Iyer, Ruturaj Gaikwad are not available at least for the first one day. Mayank Agarwal is there in the squad now as an option. I think Ishan Kishan has also been drafted into the squad as an option. So who's going to be batting in the top three and who's your 4, 5, 6 now for India?
I think top three is pretty much now settle in stone in the context of this first ODI. I mean, if COVID doesn't strike again, it's going to be Rohit Sharma, the freshly appointed captain, Mayank Agarwal to partner up, and Virat Kohli. That's the top three. I don't have any doubts if that will change. Now, 4, 5, 6. Because Shreyas is not available, I think Surya will bat at Surya as in Surya Kumar Yadav will bat at 4. Deepak Huda is an interesting pick for me. Deepak Huda bats at number 5. And I'll use the word interesting because I'm looking at his numbers, Akhil. He's obviously moved from Baroda to Rajasthan in the last year or so. But his,
Yeah.
his his numbers in domestic one day cricket since 2019, are not flattering at all. I'm just looking through those numbers. He's played 23 ODI, 23 one-day matches. Now he's batted in 19 innings, averaging 25.61, which is 150 and one century. Now
Hmm.
I don't know how he's forced a selection into this Indian team. Like I told you the other day, Akhil, I think now is the easiest opportunity to play for India. Anybody who's half decent stands a very good chance of playing for India. It's nothing wrong with the players, but it's just become easier to play for India. Not like in the 70s, 80s, or 90s where you need to you needed to score tons of runs or pick up tons of wickets, and yet you never. A lot of players didn't play for India, but now it's a different situation. If you're half decent,
Hmm.
you have a good enough chance to play for India.
Deepak Hooda is obviously because of his bowling option that he's providing them. I think that's the kind of fund that they want to
I'm
take to
not so
see if.
sure I buy this argument, Akhil. While everybody
Hmm.
makes this argument that Deepak Huda gives you a bowling option, again, I'm just going back to numbers, to what he's done. Since one day cricket since 2019. Why one day cricket? Let's look at all cricket that he's played since 2019. 9 first class matches, 6 wickets. 23 one day matches, 4 wickets. 53 T20 matches, 7 wickets. So he obviously doesn't bowl enough. He can bowl, but he doesn't bowl enough. If he doesn't bowl enough, do you expect him to bowl a lot in one day international? Not in my books. Not on my call.
Okay. That's an interesting pick. We'll have to see how he goes, what position he actually
But sorry,
comes in
coming
into
back
the
to your
squad.
initial question, Deepak Huda at 5, Rishabh Pant at 6.
And then you have your Washington Sundar and you have Shardul Thakur, Deepak Chahar. So those are your three all-rounders who can give you runs and wickets whenever required. Jasprit Bumrah not being there is going to be a big miss. He looked like the only bowler that the captain could turn to whenever he needed wickets or whenever he wanted to get a top batter out. So Bumrah not being there is going to be a big miss. Do you think there is Mohammad Siraj can do the job there?
Can he? We'll have to wait and see. Does he have the ability? I honestly think he's got the ability to kind of strike when the captain needs it. I'll bring your attention to another problem, Akhil. We've always been speaking about number 4 being a potential problem area for India. But don't forget, India have had problems with not picking sufficient wickets in the power play, not getting enough wickets in the middle overs. Both
Yeah.
these areas have been a bit of a concern, Akhil. The power play, and which is where I think Siraj and Deepak Chahar should start. They have the ability to get wickets at the top, and I'm going to look forward with very keen eyes what Juvendra Chahal and Washington Sundar can do in the middle overs. Again, Washington Sundar is a bit of a question mark at the moment, but I want him to start because I want to see what he brings to the ODI setup.
I'll be keen to see if Kuldeep gets a game also. He's making a comeback. We spoke about that. So Kuldeep Yadav is being touted as a wicket taking option, and I think Rohit Sharma enjoys having him in the squad. So it will be good to see if he gets a game also.
There's Ravi Bishnoi, who's struck a jackpot recently, but I don't know. I don't know if India will play Ravi Bishnoi immediately over Yuzvendra Chahal.
Okay, lots of options there for the Indian team. Before we get on to the predictions, like I mentioned previously, we are running a contest here for the India versus West Indies series. Simple question that I've asked: which Indian has picked up the most wickets in ODIs versus West Indies? Simple question. All you have to do is go onto our YouTube section. In the comment section, put in your answer, and you stand to win Brightly signed merchandise from Timeout with SportsAdda. So that's an attractive, lucrative option for people who listen into our show, participate in the contest. Arun, you've already given a big hint. What's your pick for the series in terms of results, and who do you think will win the series and what margins? You have to give us that prediction.
I'm going 3-0 India. I'm doing a Glenn McGrath again. I know I spectacularly failed in the previous series, but 3-0 India. The other series, the other thing I'm looking forward to, I'm going to watch keenly is Virat Kohli scoring that 71st 100, Akhil. I think this is the opportunity There can't be a better chance. I mean, it's West Indies, it's Ahmedabad, it's one-day cricket. Come on, Virat, bring it on.
All right, cool. Arun is saying 3-0. I'm
Also,
going to go
the
with 2-1.
occasion of the 1,000th ODI, Akhil. It's
It will be
all
perfect,
falling.
right?
It's all falling in place. Make it a grand occasion.
All right, that's the wish that Arun and we have here at Timeout with Sports Adda. Virat makes it a grand occasion. So lot big series there for the Indian cricket fans to see Rohit Sharma captain. We'll see how it goes. We'll be back here at Timeout with Sports Adda with more contests and more discussions about cricket. Please do write into us, share your comments, share your thoughts, and we'd love to hear more of that. Thank you so much for joining us.